Inspired by the famous Christmas song of the same name, The Little Drummer Boy was one of a number of animated claymation Christmas specials produced by the team of Arthur Rankin Jr. and Jules Bass in the 1960s. They were the team behind such other classics as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, and Santa Claus is Coming to Town. The composer for all these specials was a talented musician by the name of Maury Laws. The program takes its name from an original Christmas song penned by American composer Catherine K. Davis in 1941. Inspiration for The Little Drummer Boy came to Davis in 1941. One day, when she was trying to take a nap, she was obsessed with this song that came into her head, and it was supposed to have been inspired by a French Christmas song, Pat a Pan. And then Pat a Pan translated in her mind to pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, and it took on a rhythm. The result was The Little Drummer Boy. Essentially, the song tells the tale of a poor shepherd boy who, with no other gift to give, plays the drum at the manger upon finding the baby Jesus, Mary and Joseph. In the animated special, the shepherd boy is given the name Aaron. It's revealed early on that Aaron hates all people. Once a happy farm lad, Aaron, the son of a shepherd, was given a drum as a gift of love from his parents. His drum playing makes his three prized pets, Joshua, a camel, Samson, a donkey, and Baba, a sheep, dance. All was happy and well until one day when desert bandits attacked his family and home, burning the farm, killing his parents, and taking the entire flock of sheep. From that day forward, Aaron vowed to hate all humans for what they had done to his family. He could not even force a smile. We are then introduced to Ben-Haramed, the king of the desert showmen, and his faithful assistant Ali. One day, while roaming the desert, Ben-Haramed spies Aaron and his pets, seeing in them the opportunity for more personal wealth. Aaron is forced to become part of the act, along with Ali of Arabia, Ben-Haramed's juggler and right-hand man, and two tumblers extraordinaire from China, Jamil and Misal. Upon entering the city of Jerusalem, they attract big crowds, and it's Ben-Haramed's hope to make a fortune from his entertainers. Ben-Haramed insists on drawing a faked, forced smile on Aaron's face when he's asked to play for the crowds, with his animals dancing. Ben-Haramed and Ali are filled with greed, which only makes Aaron even more angry and hate-filled. With the show anything but successful, Ben-Haramed and his caravan are chased out of Jerusalem. In the middle of the desert, they happen upon the encampment of the three kings from the east, Melchior, Gaspar, and Balthazar. The kings inform the troop they are following the bright star in the sky. When one of their own camels falters and can't continue carrying the burdens for the journey, Aaron's Joshua is summoned and put to good use. The caravan of the wise men pursues the bright star in the night sky. Aaron and his two remaining pets wander off on their own too, led through the desert sand by that same glistening star. Eventually, the caravan descends upon a band of shepherds who are also en route to Bethlehem, following the same guiding light. The closer they get to the city of David, a random chariot careens out of control and winds up hitting poor little Baba the sheep. Heartbroken, Aaron reaches out to anyone who might help him and his injured pet. Nearing the spot above which the star shone, the shepherds bow down in wonder and awe, even as the wise men present their riches of gold, frankincense, and myrrh to the newborn Christ child and his parents. Not knowing what he can possibly give the newborn king, Aaron simply starts to play his drum for the infant Jesus, which pleases the child and is encouraged by the Virgin Mary. Playing for God's Son, Aaron's heart, for the first time in a very long time, is filled with love and joy, and he smiles genuinely from ear to ear. At the same time, a miracle takes place as Baba responds and is restored to health. As all present take in the wonder of the holy sight, the camera pulls back to show the adoring crowd with the little drummer boy, Aaron, continuing to serenade the Christ child as the narrator proclaims, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." It is no wonder that such a catchy song inspired the creators of the special to expand on the fabled tale of the little drummer boy. So, what lessons do this song and story teach us? First is the concept of transformative love. We know that Aaron was a happy boy whose life took a tragic turn after the fire robbed him of his family, his livelihood, and his happiness. He fell into a deep despair and only knew hatred for life and for all people. Even though dragged into servitude for Ben Haramed, his life was not wasted nor destined to remain miserable. Had it not been for his roundabout journey, he would never have run into the Magi, nor the shepherds. And even though it looked as if things could not get worse, when his prized pet sheep was nearly killed, he eventually wound up at the foot of Jesus' manger in Bethlehem. His paltry gift proved to be the one most enjoyed by the baby. Fortunately, he was deeply moved and overcome with joy, and smiled his very first smile in what seemed like forever. The hatred that he had harbored for such a very long time instantly was replaced by a heart filled with love and joy, spurred on by God's Son, whom he was entertaining. No matter what our lot in life, no matter how difficult the journey, no matter how impossible it might seem to see the forest for the trees, the transformative love of God through his Son Jesus, and still present with us today through the Holy Spirit, is able to turn things around instantly and pull us out of any situation. Despair turns to hope. Misery turns to rejoicing. Suffering turns to healing. And the darkest hatred is converted to lasting love. Another lesson is that God truly does work in mysterious but wonderful ways. Aaron, from the day that ruined his life and through all his unpleasant experiences in Ben Haramed's caravan, never could have guessed what God had in store for him at the end of his journey. Enduring disappointment, frustration, bitterness, resentment, and deep anger, his life was turned upside down in an instant upon approaching the manger, seeing the baby Jesus, and being transformed from death to life, from morbidity to pure joy, from doomed resignation to being set totally free. Yet another lesson is one of discovering each person's unique gift. No matter how untalented we believe that we are, no matter how unskilled we find ourselves, no matter how insignificant we might feel, no matter how intelligent we consider ourselves, God has a plan for each and every one of us. God also bestows on every individual different gifts. Sometimes they are apparent immediately, other times it takes a lifetime to discover them. The important thing is that once we discover our strengths and our talents, that they be used in the service and glory of God. Aaron just enjoyed the gift that his parents had given him as a child. He didn't think he was that great, and yet he himself smiled and felt fulfilled when he saw the effect it was having on Jesus. Finally, we stumble again upon the lesson that no gift is too small or too weak or too meaningless. Of all the gifts at the manger, the adoration of the angels, the rejoicing of the shepherds, the grandeur of the wise men, Aaron's unique but simple gift proves to be the one favored by Mary and her baby son. As the song says, Mary nodded in approval and delight. This brings to mind the very famous words of Christina Rossetti in her poem In the Bleak Midwinter. The music to this beautiful carol was penned by classical composer Gustav Holst. The last stanza goes like this: What can I give him, poor as I am? If I were a shepherd, I would bring a lamb. If I were a wise man, I would do my part. Yet what I can, I give him. Give my heart. The greatest gift we can give to God is surrendering our lives to His service, His will, and His care. God's love for us is all-powerful, all-knowing, gracious, and everlasting. When we make that commitment to God, He smiles, He is pleased, and He rejoices. At this Christmas time, let's renew our pledge to God and relive the wonder of that holiest of nights years ago. On that night, the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, full of grace and truth, a gift we neither deserve nor can attain on our own. But it's our job to live in gratitude and to share that love with others.